just 4 days old, being given a back adjustment by a chiropractor. Is it dangerous? Does it even work? It's a growing trend. Kids, even babies, getting weekly treatment by pediatric chiropractors. Some of the children are so young they haven't even learned how to walk. Others are older.
Okay, buddy, power's on. You're all done.
So, yesterday, I happened to stumble into Poison's stream. And this is it. You can see me right down here. She mentioned she was gonna go to the chiropractor. And I said, I know I'm new here in stream, but can I convince you that chiropractic is nothing but pseudoscience? And let's just listen to what she had to say.
But they did reach out to me. Lurk, Sandra, you lurk away. And Red, welcome in. Good morning, good morning. I know I'm new here, but can I convince you that chiropractic is nothing but pseudoscience? You cannot, because that's not real at all. As someone who also is like majored in like, well, I know it's biochem, but in general.
She majored in biochem. In a hard science. She majored in a hard science.
You understand how your skeletal system works, right? It's real. If you believe
Oh,
in
I
your
do.
skeletal system, that you have bones,
Sure.
that's exactly how chiropractors work. Like, you get out of line. It's like, if, you know, just the simple, I'm gonna very simplify this because so many people like to say that shit is pseudoscience. Same people align
Because
with
it's
people that
not.
don't believe in mental health. You know, if you were to hunch...
Did she... Wait, I missed that yesterday. Did she... I have to re-listen. I have to listen again. Can I rewind here? Like that? Yeah.
Very simplify this because so many people like to say that shit is pseudoscience. Same people align with the people that don't believe in mental health.
Sane people align with those who don't believe in mental health. Not believing in chiropractic practice is the same as not believing in psychology. For some reason, somehow.
You know, if you were to hunch for a long time and then all of a sudden you develop like a hunch on your back, that's what going to a chiropractor's for. They're gonna help work out those things and help realign you because you very much have bones and your bones can very much get out of line. And that also affects things like your muscular system, so tension knots and whatnot. And soreness in a lot of other areas. Like, your body's very connected, so it's in no way pseudoscience, and it's very much not a debate because it's science and it's proven and it's factual and you have a body and you can feel these things.
It's science and it's proven and it's factual. Keep that in mind.
You know, that was a very silly statement, and you should feel a
very
little
silly.
embarrassed, especially if you're
Oh,
over
I
the
am
age of,
embarrassed.
honestly, 10. Even if you're over the age of 10. God. Yeah, yesterday was Fuckhead Driver's Day for sure. My Uber almost got swiped by someone being just silly, going across the lanes. The poison mug is so good, I love it. Blow Me Bestie is my favorite though. That's what I was like, kind of fucking want my merch because I got the dad hat and my Blow Me Bestie was supposed to be sent to me. Hey Scrub, welcome in. And Glassride, you do your thing. They believe they can cure cancer by manipulating it. Literally, not a singular chiropractor that isn't a fucking fool would ever say you could cure cancer with going to the chiropractor. I feel like you saw one fucking silly ass person that was like, yes, you can do this. It's like when you read something that says, yes, drinking green tea can prevent cancer, and there's like 1,000 asterisks next to it, you know? Imagine taking the word of one person who's absolutely outside of their mind and saying the entirety of a science that's been around for so long is false.
The entire science that have been around for so long is entirely false. One person, she said, that I've seen that has said this. One person. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
People follow religions that think that someone can be so blessed they can touch your head and cure cancer. So, like, you know, there's some silly people out there.
There are silly people out there. I'm looking at one of them.
If you used to be embarrassed, you should be. You're actually really... Yeah,
I'm not.
A Facebook
I'm actually not.
post from The Onion, like... And
The
Sarah, what the
Onion.
16 months?
The Onion.
Just good morning and dip it in love, dip it in woo.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go. People lie all the time. Yo, Tony, what's going on? Hey, dude, back health and cancer are very connected. Asterisks. Ugh. It's like, okay, so this is giving the only legit not all men argument. Not all chiropractors. Saying it was fake, and I was like,
Okay, first of all, not all men. Cringe. Secondly, let's say 50% of men are bad. Half of all men are dog shit. And you can still say not all men. But when 99, I'm going to be generous, 90% of chiropractors are dog shit, it's all chiropractic. It's like ACAB. It's like ACAB. The bad ones give the good ones, if they exist, a horrible rep. Horrible rep.
y'all are magicians. What the heck? Facebook lore continues to amaze me on how it's so silly. One person's opinion doesn't dictate the thoughts of an entire group of doctors. I'm not going to debate this from
I've never mentioned doctors. Chiropractors are not doctors. And again, I'll come back to all of this after we're finished with this video, or with this segment of the video, because it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot.
chat. It's a one-way conversation, but nothing you've said has been accurate in regards to my understanding.
And this was what got me banned, by the way.
So you said you were going to convince me out of the blue.
No.
That-
No. I did not say I will convince you. I said, can I convince you? It was a question, Poison. It was a question.
Chiropractor, all that is pseudoscience.
It was an honest
And
question.
You said it's not a debate. In my motherfucking channel, this is not your home. No, you're in very
No, it's not my
unwelcome
home.
guest currently, and absolutely silly.
And you know what? I don't care if I'm banned. I'm probably not gonna watch her again. I popped in. I follow her on Twitter. She has decent content there. I like how she looks. She has amazing style. I love the style of her. She has phenomenal. The tattoos, the hair, the makeup, wow. The lips. I mean, the eyes. She's a 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie. And that's probably half the reason why I follow her on Twitter. But she does seem like a decent person too. I don't care if I'm banned. That's not the issue here.
But nothing you've said.
The
You don't
issue
know
are
how to
the
Google,
lies.
you don't know how to research. You don't understand science. You definitely don't understand anatomy. So like that is. I'd be embarrassed to have access to a keyboard if my brain worked like that. What's up, Bleach?
I'd be embarrassed to have access to a keyboard if my brain worked like that. Whew. Ditto. Absolutely ditto on that one. Yeah.
Good to see you. Guten Morgen. I don't know if I even pronounced that correctly, but I'll try. I'll try every time.
It's Guten
I'll try every
Morgen.
time. The
I'm not German.
spiral. Can I get put the mods, please? Is a wet sock, honestly. Truly a wet sock. It's turning, but I'm laughing. You see people, and you're like, damn, you're allowed in society.
I am.
Uh-oh.
I am.
Oh god, a cringe story at the gym. Let me hear, scrub. What did I stumble into? Silliness. What's up, Cody? Good morning, good morning.
Yeah, okay, we're not gonna watch more. She's probably gonna rant a little bit more. I don't care. We are going to YouTube. First of all, okay, this I do not like the thumbnail here. How to calm a baby, and he's choking it. I mean, whew, okay, sure. By the way, I'm gonna cringe so fucking hard when I watch the chiropractor videos. Who's this one? The evidence-based chiropractor. Ooh. Interesting.
Hi. Joe Rogan recently came out with a very, very viral and popular podcast and video where he said 98% of chiropractic is BS.
It's true.
Well, I am a chiropractor. I run the evidence-based chiropractor, which
Let's see here. I'm an MD. I talk about core strengthening, exercise, and stretch to maintain musculoskeletal health with every patient that comes with back pain. I discuss it in a more general sense with every patient as part of maintaining healthy weight, posture, and bone health. This is standard practice among my colleagues as well. And for the record, physical therapy therapists are the best healthcare professionals to talk about those topics, not chiropractors. I completely agree, but I'm not an MD. So this guy is
focused on chiropractic research, as well as working hand in hand every day with John Hopkins trained neurosurgeons and more. So I wanted to create a short video for Joe and everyone else out there showcasing where he was right, where he might be wrong, and a few items and tips so the next time that he visits a chiropractor, he can have a better experience. So where Joe was correct, and I think that he had a lot of great points, he just was a little bit misguided. So
Okay.
some things that Joe was correct on is that for many medical doctors, they don't focus on preventative maintenance of the spine. They're not talking about yoga. They're not talking about proper spinal hygiene. They're not talking about ergonomics and sitting up straight
Why
and
wouldn't
really
they?
strengthening those core muscles around the spine.
okay. I've never. Okay, so this he really says. Okay. If you've ever gone to the doctor with back pain, anywhere on the body, really, or anywhere on the back, I mean, they are gonna talk about strengthening the core and doing back exercises like back lifts. What is this guy talking about?
Joe is 100% correct that typically medical doctors don't talk about that. Now, ironically, chiropractors are the best healthcare professionals to talk about exactly those topics. So if you are into CrossFit, if you are into staying active later in your years, if you want to have the highest quality of life, proper spinal hygiene, flexibility, and taking care of your spine under gravity is unbelievably important. But again, ironically, during Joe's 98% of chiropractic is BS, ironically, chiropractors are the best healthcare professionals to give advice directly on those topics.
Why? Why? You're not doctors. You're glorified masseuse. Guys, go to a masseuse instead of whatever this guy is peddling, okay? It's gonna help you so much more. Oh boy.
Also, Joe was correct. When a disc bulges or herniates, that can create a situation where that disc presses up against where a nerve travels out of the spine column. When there is compression on that nerve, if that happens in the neck, it can cause pain, numbness, tingling, and more down into the shoulders, arms, and hands. Now,
And if that happens, and you do some adjustments, it can go wrong. People legit have died from this. And it's no better than getting a fucking massage. Do you know how many people have died from a massage? Massage? -5, perhaps. It's probably helped more people than it hurt. It can't help. It can't kill you. So why go to a chiropractor who can kill you? I'm dead serious. We're gonna read about it.
Now, if that compression, that disc pressing on the nerve happens in the low back, he is 100% correct. That can cause pain, numbness, tingling, sciatic-like symptoms down into the buttocks and into the legs. But again, rather ironically, chiropractic has been universally promoted and stood behind as the primary treatment option, the first treatment option that you should explore if you are suffering from a bulged or herniated disc.
What the fuck? By who? Whomst have said this? I'm genuinely
As the has been universally promoted and stood behind as the primary treatment option, the first treatment option that you should explore if you are suffering from a bulged or herniated disc.
By whomst? Let's see here. Treatment of a herniated disc. No. Let's see. WebMD. Let's see. Rest. Take it easy for a few days. Rest can relieve swelling and give your back time to heal. Need water. While back hurt, avoid exercise and other activities where you have to bend or lift. Your doctor might suggest that you rest in bed. Bed rest is fine for a short period of time, but don't stay off your feet for longer than 1 or 2 days. You need to keep moving so your joints and muscles don't stiffen up. You can also use ice and heat to help relieve your pain. Just place an ice pack, blah, 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 blah. Medication, physical therapy. Let's see, is chiropractor... No. Nobody, and I mean nobody, aside from chiropractors and I'm guessing poison, has this as their primary treatment option for herniated disc. Holy fuck. What's this guy? Evidence-based chiropractor. Sure, buddy. Sure.
Groups like the American College of Physicians, the American Pain Society, prestigious
American Pain Society. What the fuck is this? The American Pain Society was... Wikipedia. Okay. So it doesn't seem to be directly affiliated with chiropractors, at least. International Study on Pain, of Pain. From a release, APS was reported to be one of several non-profit groups that advocate use of opioid killers, painkillers. Nice. Contributing to the opioid epidemic in the United States. Good track record. In June 2019, the APS was forced to close amid allegations that it colluded with pharmaceutical companies producing opioids. Real classy association there. Real classy. The APS claimed that that the reason for the bankruptcy was the numerous legal expenses, which resulted from lawsuits claiming the organization was acting as a front group for opioid drug makers. I'm guessing. Ooh, chiropractor prescribe drugs. Do chiropractors prescribe drugs or medication? The question gets asked at my office more than you might think. The answer for now is no. Chiropractors do not prescribe medication, and in most states they are forbidden from doing so. So you might ask, how do chiropractors help people if they don't prescribe medication? Hanft family chiropractic. Okay, but at least it can't. Okay, so what I wanted to see is, oh, not here. If they associate with them or promoted chiropractic treatment because of drug prescriptions, but apparently they didn't. Let's see here. Nope. Okay.
Research American College of Physicians.
American College of Physicians. The American College of Physicians is a national organization of interests who specialize in the diagnosis, treatment, and care of adults. Okay. Nothing about chiropractors there. Okay, let's see here. Chiropractors. Nothing. Okay. Chiropractic. Dear Senator Akaka. Really? Daniel K. Akaka? Akaka. That's his name? Okay then. Yeah, that's that's exactly what I was expecting. Okay. On behalf of American Colleges, blah, 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 I am writing to express opposition to language included in HR 2729, the Disabled Veterans Service Dog and Healthcare Improvement Act of 2001, that would allow chiropractors to serve as primary care providers within the Veterans Health Administration. Is the nation's largest medical society, specialty society, representing 115,000 physicians and medical students who specialize in internal medicine. Internists have undergone intense education and training that focuses on adult diseases and their prevention. At least 3 of internists' 7 years or more of medical school and postgraduate training are dedicated to learning how to prevent, diagnose, and treat diseases primarily affecting adults. In 1996, the Institute of Medicine released a report entitled Primary Care Makes Health in a New Era. The IOM report defines primary care as blah, blah, blah. This is not what I'm interested in. And general position as having appropriate clinical training, expertise. Furthermore, Council of Chiropractic Education, the accrediting body of chiropractic colleges, states that chiropractors evaluate and facilitate biomedical and neurobiological functions and integrity through the use of appropriate diagnostic assessment, chiropractic case management, and care procedures. CCE's descriptions fall short of IOM, blah, blah. This is not... Okay. They were just against the primary care giving. Sure. I really wanted something. Okay, nope.
the American Pain Society, prestigious research journals such as Spine Journal, European Spine.
Spine the Spine Journal, peer-reviewed medical journal covering research related to the spine. It is the official journal of North American Spine Society, and journal was established in 2001 and is published by Elsevier. Says nothing about chiropractors there. Okay, let's just go the chiropractic. Okay, background context: acute back pain and I hate this word. I have to search.
Sciatica.
Sciatica?
Sciatica.
Sciatica. Okay. Acute back pain and sciatica are major sources of disability. Many medical interventions are available, including manipulation with conflicting results. Sciatica is, by the way, pinched nerves, I believe. Where the sciatic nerve, which runs through the lower back of your feet, is irritated or compressed. Yeah. With conflicting results. Purpose: to assess the short and long-term effects of spinal manipulation on acute back pain and sciatica with a disc protrusion. Short and long-term effects of spinal manipulation. Short and long-term. Study design: a randomized double-blind trial comparing active and simulated manipulation in rehabilitation medical centers in Rome and suburbs. I'm guessing the suburbs of Rome. Patient sample: 102 outcome measures, methods, results. A total of 64 men and 38 women aged 1963 were randomized to manipulations. 53 manipulations. Manipulations appeared more effective on the basis of the percentage of pain-free cases. Pain-free cases. So when they couldn't really tell, it was just a feeling of being better, I'm guessing. Local pain 28 versus 6%. I have no idea what this means. Radiating pain 55 versus 20%. Manipulation appeared more effective on the basis of the percentage of pain-free cases. Radiating pain, I'm guessing 55% versus 20%. Number of days with pain. Number of days with moderate or severe pain. Patients receiving manipulation had lower mean. I can't. A significant interaction was found between therapeutic arm and time. There was no significant differences in quality of life and psychosocial scores. There were only 2 treatment failures, one in both, and no adverse events. Conclusion: active manipulation had more effect than simulated manipulation on pain relief for acute back pain and sciatic with disc protrusion. Okay. I know there are some use cases, especially in the lower back. I believe that's the one area where it's pretty conclusive that it can help you. Which is why if you go to a physical therapist, they will treat you with spinal manipulation. Is this the same? This doesn't seem to be the same. It does seem to be the same. Roman suburbs, yeah. That seemed to be the same. Just more of the same. Let's see if PubMed Chiropractic treatment. A critical evaluation. What is chiropractic? Neurophysiological mechanisms of chiropractic spine management and spine pain. Best practices. Pediatric. Oh, pediatric. Okay. So when it comes to adult humans, I don't care all that much what we do. When it comes to children, oh boy, outlaw that bitch right now. Okay, this is just... Okay, sure. Abstract. Oh, this is just abstract. Can I not get more? Or is it just an abstract? Let's see. Chiropractors commonly treat children for a variety of ailments by manipulating the spine to create a vertebral subluxation or a vertebral subluxation complex, alleged to be the cause of disease. Such treatments, I'm gonna touch on subluxations later on. Such treatment might begin soon after a child is born. Both major American chiropractors associations, the International Chiropractic Association, and the American Chiropractic Association support chiropractic care for children, which includes subluxation correction as a treatment or preventative measure. I do not know if any credible evidence to support chiropractic subluxation theory. Any attempts to manipulate the immature cartilaginous, I would have never guessed that, cartilaginous spine of a neonate or a small child to correct a putative chiropractic subluxation should be regarded as dangerous and unnecessary. Referral of a child to a chiropractor for such treatment should not be considered lest a bad outcome harms the child or leads to a charge of neglect or malpractice. Yeah. These are just abstract. Okay, sure. Chiropractic was defined by D.D. Palmer as science of healing without drugs. About 60,000 chiropractors currently practice in North America and worldwide. Billions are spent each year for their services. The article attempts to critically evaluate chiropractic. I hate that word. The specific topics include the history of chiropractic, the internal conflicts within the profession, the concepts of chiropractic, but this is just cited in. Oh, yeah, okay, let's just throw everything in there. Both chiropractic, homeopathy, and osteopathy, and acupuncture. Cool. Why is this just abstract? Do I have to, like, download something? Why can't you just publish it? God. Yeah, okay. This is just tables. Nothing here. Let's just say the medical field is not divided on chiropractic treatment at all. Like, have we found a single article here on PubMed which supports going to the chiropractor? Ah, there we go. Full text here. Okay. Let's see. Pediatric. Full text. Can I read it? Citing literature. PDF. Nope, thank you. Full text. Come on. PDF. Oh, okay. I don't have to do that. Sure. Let's go back. Abstract, introduction, background, citation, analysis, acupuncture, blah, 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 conclusion. Give me the conclusion. There we go. Shut up. Conclusions. The results confirm that there are large international differences in the amount of research into the 4 different CAM specialties. These are presumed with the national prevalence and the provision of higher education training for practitioners. The results also suggest that research into acupuncture, chiropractic, homeopathy, and osteopathy tends to generate below average scientific impact in the form of citations, except in the core health professions and nursing areas for acupuncture and homeopathy. I wonder why. And in medicine, veterinary, neuroscience, biochemistry, genetics, and molecular biology and social sciences for chiropractic. The results are complicated by changes. The results are complicated by changes in the journals indexed by Scopus and the existence of alternative medicine narrow field categories in Scopus. I do not know what Scopus is. Scopus. Abstract citation database. Okay. But the results overall show that alternative medicine research can sometimes generate adequate citation impact in the core areas. In terms of practical conclusions, the results suggest that for international scholarly reputation or academic careers, alternative medicine research is not a substantial disadvantage from a citation analysis perspective for research within its core areas. Although it might be from... Okay, so this is just about researching. Fuck it. I'm gonna read the abstract. Into the chiropractic vitalistic approaches of the context of subluxations as a cause of disease lacks both biological plausibility and possibly proof of validity. It lacks possible proof of viability. It possibly lacks proof of viability. Nonetheless, some chiropractors purport to prevent diseases in general through the use of chiropractic care. Evidence of its effect is needed to be allowed to continue this practice. The objective of this systemic review was therefore to investigate if there is any evidence that spinal manipulation, chiropractic care, can be used in primary prevention and or early secondary prevention in diseases other than musculoskeletal conditions. Let's see, conclusions. Conflict of interest. Conclusion. Okay. We found no evidence in the literature of an effect of chiropractic treatment in the scope of primary prevention. Primary prevention or early secondary prevention for diseases in general. Chiropractors have to assume their role as evidence-based clinicians, and the leaders of the profession must accept that it is harmful to the profession to imply a public health importance in relation to the prevention of such diseases through manipulative therapy, chiropractic treatment. Now, why? Like I said, the chiropractors believe they can treat anything through this type of manipulation.
His methods.
Why don't we watch this video? I haven't seen it before. I'm guessing it's gonna be a doozy.
Are unorthodox. His critics are many, and yet a waiting list full of hopeful patients believe that one man has a miracle cure that can help them reclaim their lives.
Sure.
While alternative treatments for debilitating diseases are not a new concept, one chiropractor's unusual brand of surgery-free healing has made a major splash, and ABC's Juju Chang went in for a closer look.
And you play other sports besides lacrosse? You play hockey as well?
Yeah.
Will Arlen has a traumatic brain injury, and he's so sensitive to light he wears...
Look at them. They're wearing lab coats with their embroidered name and everything. Like they're fucking doctors. These are not doctors. Do not take medical advice from any one of them.
Sunglasses all the time.
How's your appetite?
Good.
So sensitive to light, he wears sunglasses all the time.
How's your appetite?
He's sensitive to light. Does this motherfucker claim he can heal this guy by spinal manipulation?
Good.
His family believes this doctor holds the key to a miraculous cure.
He's not a doctor.
Ted Carrick is a chiropractor by training who specializes in the brain.
That's what I want to say. Okay. Let's stay.
This is a real condition, by the way. There was a football player who had it. He got treatment, I believe, but he always played with sunglasses. Football player who always wore sunglasses. Yeah, Edgar Davis. Why Edgar Davis wears sunglasses? Agree. Davis was an extreme talented player, blah, blah, blah. Faced difficult stage of public health was critical, and it got clear that he might not play again, and blah, 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 blah. Glaucoma in the eye disease. Okay, it's a glaucoma disease. Sure. And you can treat like glaucomas. Was stabilized due to the excellent treatment he received, but to play again and to return as soon as possible back to the pitch, he had to wear protective glasses since his eyes were weak. Okay, so due to treatment, they got. Always was playing. Do anybody play about? No, okay.
Take your glasses off. Have to do this stuff. And just sort of look at my nose if you can.
The 17-year-old describes his migraines like a knife stabbing his brain. He can barely stand up on his own.
I let go of you now.
And he has trouble moving his left arm.
Let's have you just come up and just walk over to that platform and then come back here. Just walk as you would normally.
It all started with a vicious hit during a lacrosse game. The severe concussion sent him into an 8-month tailspin.
Tell me what the downward spiral was like.
Will's was a pretty active kid, straight A student normally, and outgoing and all that. They had to pull him out of school again a couple weeks ago.
It's here at Life University in Marietta, Georgia, that Carrick is a pioneer in a field known as chiropractic neurology, a treatment he's been...
What? Chiropractic neurology. Neurology. This dude is the biggest quack in the history of quacks. For real.
Been perfecting for 33 years. When hockey superstar Sidney Crosby suffered serious concussions, he praised Dr. Carrick for saving his career.
Let me see you do it on your own.
Carrick says it's all about reactivating pathways in the brain by stimulating parts of the body.
Is this a miracle cure?
Well, I think miracles are things that only happen once in a while. And what we find is that the miracles that we see, we're seeing them frequently, every day.
A miracle cure is a cure that cures everything and anything. That's what a miracle cure is. Snake oil was a miracle cure. People praised their snake oil.
So they're not really miracles. What we do is amazing because of what humankind can do. Can you see your left hand there?
In this exercise, Carrick uses a full-length mirror on Will to trick his mind's eye with his own mirror image of a healthy arm in order to reprogram his brain.
I want you to lift your hand up.
Okay. There is some validity to that, but that has nothing to do with the manipulation of the body. Oh my God. There's a what's he called? Oh, phantom limb treatment. Yeah. Here we go. Is it about? You see this? This dude has had his leg blasted off, I'm guessing, and it still has pain in the leg that is not there anymore because the brain believes it's there. That's called phantom pain.
Pain people with amputations may feel in an invisible limb, but Dr. David Burbrayer, a physiatrist at Sunnybrook, explains phantom pain is very much real.
The phantom pain is coming from the brain. It's a perceived impression, what we call an engram. The brain has a picture of your residual limb that's absent.
Bruce Tompkins lost his leg when an infection settled into his bones and he developed an advanced stage of localized osteoporosis.
I was actually walking on 6 broken bones when it was finally diagnosed.
I'm not
and I only had limb, and at least where I went that I don't even tingling. But the severe phantom pain, I can only holes into a corner and just...
Limb that doesn't exist? Experts say with a mirror and an open mind.
Mirror therapy is using a mirror between the limbs in order to allow the brain to think that the intact limb is the absent limb, and then allow a professional to treat the intact limb as if it were the absent limb.
So this motherfucker has recreated this real thing and just calls it chiropractic neurology. That's it. That's all he's done.
Go. If, for example, the toes are curled up and on the absent limb, as the patient perceives it, if they could move the toes on the intact limb and move it up and down, the brain will tell the individual
We're gonna watch another video
the toes
before
on
we
the
go back
amputated
to
limb is now moving.
The quack. Phantom arm hammer. Okay, yeah. You see that?
I have an experiment that we're going to do today. Is I'm going to train your brain.
It's really freaky. I've done this. You can try it at home. It's super freaky. Just you can make any object your limbs, and lesbians apparently experience this themselves when they use strap-ons. Well, I'm guessing not just lesbians, but you know, primarily lesbians. They can start to internalize, or the brain can believe that the strap-on is an extension of your body. That's how great the brain is at internalizing external body parts, I'm guessing.
Believe that this hand, this arm, is your arm. You see we've got this divider here? So right now you can kind of see your arm. You see the arm there? I'm going to cover over part of your arm. Now I'm doing that because your eyes talk to your brain. And your eyes tell you this is what's happening. So now, can you physically see your arm, your right arm here? No. Great. So I'm going to take these two classroom rulers. So we're going to train the sensations. You feel the rulers touching your hands because it's now becoming one with your mind. That this right hand is your right hand, right? You are believing that as I drag the ruler on your right hand there,
it totally
that it is in fact in your brain.
Yeah, it's really freaky.
Your right hand.
It's really freaky.
It totally feels like my hand. That's crazy.
Feel the sensations. Line up with each finger.
What?
Yeah. Oh,
Whoa,
I love it.
This is crazy.
The brain is amazing.
So now if I just do like a little tap.
And this, by the way, is probably related to the placebo effect, you know?
Right?
Yeah.
Feel the knuckles. Now I'm gonna. Right. So you feel your thumb.
Okay. Yeah.
And
you see?
Your index finger.
This guy's freaking out, and nothing is happening to him.
Finger.
Oh my goodness!
Except in his
and
brain.
Pinky finger. And now you're gonna feel it when I tap it. That I have not been using the other ruler.
What?
You feel that?
Yeah.
I am not using the ruler.
Oh, what do you? I mean, it's crazy. It's not. Oh. Whoa, it even like. Oh no!
Now, check this out. We're gonna do a little test now. Again, this is all.
That I've never tested that. Oh, that would be so fun.
Mind and retraining your brain to feel sensation.
Okay.
But your brain is thinking that it's feeling it.
Okay.
So even if it gets a little, what would be considered painful, I will not be harming you because, of course, I'm not going to be actually hitting your right arm. But your brain really believes that this is, in fact, your right hand.
Oh,
right?
This is making me nervous.
All right, here we go. I'll start lightly. Feel that on the thumb.
You see the thumb?
Yeah. Oh. Whoa. I'm totally feeling it. This is so. Feels like.
Now, Now again, I would never on purpose hurt you, right? Okay. And I would never take a hammer and bash your fingers to where they would hurt, right?
I'd hope not.
But again, your brain
This guy looks so high.
is going to tell you that you're going to feel this, when in fact I'm not actually going to be causing any damage to your hand.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And we'll start lightly again. Okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Very lightly. Here we go.
Oh, it's so weird. Oh.
Oof.
Oh.
Oh, the infamous thumb when you're hammering. Oof. Missed the nail.
Oh, you know, it feels like an electric shock. It's so strange.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, even when I touch myself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Watch this. Watch this. One last electric. Watch this. You ready for this one?
Okay.
Guess which finger I'm gonna hit.
Okay.
Guess which finger. See if you can tell me which one it is.
Middle.
Ooh. Now again, I did not actually hurt you, did you? You didn't feel actual pain in your real hand. But for an instant, your brain told you that you were thinking that you felt a hammer hitting your hand.
My brain thought that this was my hand.
So this motherfucker, going back to this video, believes he has created some magical thing that only chiropractors can do.
All by yourself now.
When what he's doing is a known treatment.
Your left hand, lift it up.
A few minutes ago, Will couldn't lift his left arm without help. But now, this. For Will, it's huge.
Okay, good man.
But the big gun in Carrick's arsenal is this machine, which looks like it belongs to NASA.
Looking good.
Carrick says the gyrostim helps stimulate parts of the brain that may be damaged.
I realized what I noticed is like my breathing feels like it's not as shallow anymore.
Gyrostim? Officially designed by the FDA. Is this real? Is this real? Wikipedia. Okay, we're gonna come back to that. They actually... Okay. The FDA declared it. But this guy...
Good. Starting to breathe better.
didn't invent
Were you
it.
skeptical?
And it has nothing to do with chiropractic.
What did you think coming in?
I'm very skeptical. But the thing that really sold me was the first day we were here, is watching the passion in Dr. Carrick's eyes.
And his success is often dismissed as placebo, meaning the patients feel better because they believe in his cure.
How can you be so sure that it's not a placebo?
Well, if it was placebo, we're doing a pretty darn good job of it. We don't do anything that is really original.
Sugar pills do a pretty good darn job of things. Sugar pills do a great job of certain things.
In our work, we just combine things that other people have done in a different fashion.
Yet despite the criticism, most of Carrick's patients are referred to him by neurologists. And he says he has a months-long waiting list.
Then turn around and come back to me.
Stacey Hubbard
Those neurologists should all be investigated.
traveled over 900 miles to find out why she can't walk more than a few steps without stumbling.
Tell me what you feel.
I am a dizzy, unbalanced mess.
Weeks.
If you could pick.
After school,
Okay.
I want to agree to
Reprogrammed her brain? Is that you did these arm movements and you reprogrammed her brain? Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. And it happens very, very quickly. I look very, very carefully at what's happening with her eyes, with her head, the degree that her pupils are open or closed, and then her ability to track. And we find that if we do a certain motion and we get a different tracking, we say this is going to have a good probability of working.
stupid floor. is my problem today.
Over time, Stacy conquers her biggest enemy, the pattern on the hall carpet.
I think I got this hallway.
Because here's the thing, why this is most likely. I'm sure some of it is valid. Like I said, it's we're already seen some of the things that are valid. He's just slapping chiropractic on top of it. However, like with this woman, and this is what I want doctors to do as well, actually. Sometimes I feel like doctors should be allowed to lie. Doctors should be allowed to prescribe sugar pills, which the patient isn't aware is a sugar pill. And in the journal, just to do a test, you know, we'll prescribe you this sugar pill, we'll do this fake treatment, you'll feel better, we've had massive success with it. Afterwards, come back in a month and we'll see if you've improved or not. Because believing you can do something or believing something will work will often help you overcome the fear of trying, and trying will lead to practice, and practice will lead to improvements.
Today, yes. I totally did it. And
for the first time in a while, so I mean, it feels good to definitely have someone who knows what they're doing.
As the brain doesn't know where your hand is, it doesn't control it.
For Will, just doing that with his fingers is the first glimmer of hope.
Nice, eh?
Oh my God.
Okay. Let me see you walk, swing your arms like a soldier.
And he's even able to swing his left arm.
That's huge, Will. It's huge.
It's a lot looser up there.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. It's huge. Okay, show me off. Go.
$5,000. On average, the week-long therapy costs $5,000. For Stacy, it's worth every penny. When she gets home from the clinic, she's finally able to hug her. And Will, who couldn't tolerate any light, is now able to get around without sunglasses.
Never mind concussions. How can we save his hair?
No longer on the sidelines, Will in Marietta, Georgia.
Okay, we're watching this dude.
Journal and more have all made the recommendation.
No, they haven't.
That chiropractic care, chiropractic adjustments are one of the primary and should be the first option that you seek if you happen to be suffering from a bulged or a herniated disc. Now, obviously, Joe did not have the best experience with his chiropractor, and it's not fair of me to comment specifically on his case because I don't have his medical records info that can help you have the best experience. Patient is key. Joe kind of said, I was treated for over a year, and then I got...
Okay. Let's fuck him.
Do you like big dog?
Before we move on to this, we're gonna do some groundwork so that you understand exactly how dangerous this is. Let's see here. This wasn't what I was looking for. However, New Zealand, what is this? PubMed. Subluxation syndrome is a legitimate, potentially testable theoretical construction of which there is little experimental evidence. Acceptable as hypothesis, the widespread assertion of the clinical meaningfulness of the notion brings ridicule from the scientific and the healthcare communities and confusion within the chiropractic profession. We believe that an evidence orientation among chiropractors requires that we distinguish between subluxation dogma versus subluxation as the potential focus of clinical research. We lament efforts to generate unity within the profession through consensus statements concerning subluxation dogma, and believe that cultural authority will continue to elude us so long as we assert dogma as though it were validated clinical theory. And I don't want tables, I want conclusions, discussions, blah blah blah. A simple alternative. Summary. Hypothetical constructs involve tentative assertions about physical reality. They serve as essential tools in the development of science and permit the empirical testing of the non-obvious. Sorry. However, when the speculative nature of an hypothesis or hypothetical construct is not made obvious, an otherwise acceptable proposition becomes a dogmatic claim, such as is the history of subluxation in chiropractic. This brief review of the role of subluxation dogma in clinical practice, in marketing, in the legal and political arenas, as a basis for professional identity, and in the rhetoric of leading chiropractic organizations and agencies is not a statement about subluxation's validity or lack thereof. Only focused clinical research will enable us to determine whether the traditional chiropractic lesion merits clinicians' attention. We don't know whether subluxation is meaningful or not. The dogma of subluxation is perhaps the greatest single barrier to professional development for chiropractors. It skews the practice of the art in directions that bring ridicule from the scientific community and uncertainty among the public. Failure to challenge subluxation dogma perpetuates as a marketing tradition that inevitably promotes charges of quackery, rightfully so. Subluxation dogma leads to legal and political strategies that may amount to a house of cards and wrap the profession's sense of self and of mission. Commitment to this dogma undermines the motivation for scientific investigation of subluxation as hypothesis, and so perpetuates the cycle. The simple expedient of amending dogmatic assertions to note their tentative, hypothetical character could do much to improve the image of the profession, to reorient it to the challenge of testing its cherished hypotheses, and to establish the cultural authority of chiropractors in our unique realm of healthcare. So this is, I'm guessing, a chiropractor's writing this. The task of reorienting the profession to a credible science and art belongs to all who understands the scourge of dogma and who seek to brighter future for the chiropractic profession and its patients. Now, I don't do that, but I want to know who wrote this. Okay, it's a few people. None of them have MD in front of them. A disclaimer? No, whatever. Vertebral subluxation. Definitions. The chiropractors use and have used various terms to express this concept: subluxation, vertebral subluxation complex, killer subluxations, and the silent killer. Chiropractors, along with some physical therapists and osteopathic physicians, have also used another term, BOOP, meaning bone out of place. The WHO definition of the chiropractic vertebral subluxation is a lesion or dysfunction in a joint or motion segment in which alignment, movement, integrity, and or physiological function are altered, although contact between joint surfaces remain intact. It is essentially a functional entity which may influence biochemical and neural integrity. pinched nerves, which can happen when bones get out of line. Oh boy, you do not want those. My mom has had issues with her ischias. It's a nerve in the hip, I believe. It's horrible. She couldn't stand for at all. I saw her crawl home once. Crawl because she couldn't stand up. It's not fun. The purported displacement is not necessarily visible or on static imaging studies. Okay. Why is my stream there? Why is it live? What the fuck? Anyway, the purported displacement is not necessarily visible on static imaging studies such as X-rays. If it's not visible, then what the fuck is the problem? This is in contrast to the medical definition of spinal subluxation, which, according to the WHO, is a significant structural displacement and therefore visible on X-rays. Do you see this definition compared to this definition? Which one would you trust? As of 2014, the National Board of Chiropractic Examiners states the specific focus of chiropractic practice is known as the chiropractic subluxation or joint dysfunction. A subluxation is a health concern that manifests in skeletal joints and through complex anatomical and physiological relationships affect the nervous system and may lead to a reduced function, disability, or illness. In 1996, an official consensus definition of subluxations was formed. Cooperstein, Glibson, blah, blah, blah. I don't want the definition. International classification, diagnosis, rationale. It has been proposed that verbal subluxations can negatively affect general health by altering the neurological communication between brain, spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system. Although individuals may not always be symptomatic, straight chiropractors believe that the presence of verbal subluxation is in itself justification for correction via spinal adjustment. And straight chiropractors, let's see if this goes correct. Straights and mixers, yeah. So straight chiropractors are, they try to do a more science-based approach to things. They don't believe in the original definitions necessarily. They don't believe in the original teachings by D.D. Palmer. Straights, however, do believe that. Perspective attribute. Scope of perspective, narrow, broad. Diagnostic approach, intuitive. Chiropractors believe in intuitive diagnostic approaches. And by the way, the mixers, I believe, is a subsection of chiropractors. They are not the norm. So most chiropractors will just go by intuition when it comes to diagnosing you. Philosophical orientation, vitalistic, materialistic. Mixers here believe in the material world, while straights believe in woo. They believe in the spirit of the body and how it flows through the spine. I'm not kidding here. They believe it flows through the spine. And if these vitalistic energies are somehow blocked, you can treat that through spinal manipulation. Who would have guessed? Scientific orientation, descriptive and versus experimental. If I'm not mistaken, the straights will force. So what they mean here is they will force the world to orient according to their definitions or according to their treatments, while mixers will experiment. They will test, will this work? Yes or no? They will do some research, I'm guessing. Process orientation, implicit, explicit, practice attitude, doctor model centered, patient situation centered. I'm not sure. I'm guessing here that what they mean here is that the doctor is always... I'm not sure. I know what the mixer means. It depends on the issue. It depends on the patient. While as straights say, fuck that. This is how it is. Period. Yeah, and professional integration. Chiropractors do not want to be integrated into the medical profession. They have actively opposed that, actually. The son of D.D. Palmer, B.J. Palmer, I believe, he actually started... He made definitions of chiropractic, and he started a school for chiropractors. Just so they didn't get included into the general medical profession, because if they are subject to scientific rigor. And if you're under that umbrella, you can't do whatever the fuck you want. So straights want to separate and distinguish themselves from doctors, but they also want to be called doctors and have the veneer of a medical practice. While as mixers actually want to be integrated. They actually want to have a scientific method approach, a scientific method approach to the chiropractic treatments. Yeah, B.J. Palmer. Here you go. Okay. We're going to go back here. What was where we were? Rationale. It has been proposed system of straight chiropractors believe in the presence of vertebral subluxation and self-development. So again, the straights, even though they want to be included in the medical profession, they still hold their core beliefs of chiropractic treatments. There are, again, some chiropractic treatments which work, but they are few and very far between. V. Strang, DC, describes several hypotheses on how a misaligned vertebra may cause interference of the nervous system in his book Essential Principles of Chiropractic. Nerve compression hypothesis suggests that when the vertebrae is out of line, the nerve roots and or spinal cord can become pinched or irritated. While the most commonly preferred hypothesis and easiest for a patient to understand, it may be the least likely to occur. Protrusive insult hypothesis focuses on articular... Whatever. The most logical, the most likely, or the most... the easiest to understand is also the least likely to occur. How is that? Procedure disagreement among practitioners. Some chiropractors have described the disagreement within the profession about the concept and have written skeptically about BOOP as an antiquated idea. Okay, chiropractor David Seamer wrote on the brutal civil war. Evidence and of condition. Believers within the chiropractic tradition assert that spinal health and function are directly related to general health and well-being, including visceral disorders, but the efficacy and the validity of spinal manipulation to address visceral disorders systems remains a source of controversy within the chiropractic profession. Although research is ongoing on the topic, conclusions that support the usefulness of spinal manipulation for organic disorders remains to be seen. Again, this was invented in 1899, I believe. This is not new. This has been going on for hundreds of years. And in that time, or not hundreds, over 100 years. And in that time, the general medical profession have seen treatments come and go. However, chiropractic treatment is still identical to how it was in 1899. This is not a question of... This is a question of sanity, really. If you believe this, if you believe that chiropractic treatment, they just got it so perfect the first time around, I'm sorry, you're delusional at best. Psychotic? No, not psychotic. Schizophrenic, perhaps. You have mental issues at worst. The proper differential diagnosis of somatic versus visceral dysfunction represents a challenge for both the medical and chiropractic physician. The afferent convergence mechanism, which can create signs and symptoms that are virtually indistinguishable with research to their somatic versus visceral etiologies. Oh, not what I wanted. Etiologies. The cause said of causes or manner of cause of disease or condition. Suggests it is not unreasonable that a somatic visceral disease mimicry could very well account for the cures of presumed organ diseases that have been observed over the years in response to various somatic therapies, e.g. spinal manipulation, acupuncture, rolfing. I have no idea what rolfing is. Rolfing? I don't want... Yeah, energy fields, okay. And may represent a common phenomenon that has led to holistic health care claims on the part of such clinical disciplines. Considering this phenomena, blah, 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 I am... What? Okay, we're going to chiropractic. Here we go. Public health. Some chiropractors oppose vaccination and water fluoridation, which are common public health practices. Within the chiropractic community, there are significant disagreements about vaccination. One of the most cost-effective public health intervention available. Most chiropractic writings on vaccination focus on its negative aspects, claiming that it is hazardous, ineffective, and unnecessary. Some chiropractors have embraced vaccination, but a significant portion of the profession is uncertain. These are not doctors. And this article is extremely charitable. Listen, some chiropractors oppose vaccination. Significant disagreements about vaccination. Most chiropractic writings on vaccination focuses on its negative aspects, claiming it is blah blah. Some chiropractors have embraced vaccination, blah blah da 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 da. But a significant portion of the profession rejects it. Like I said, some significant. As original chiropractic philosophy traces diseases to causes in the spine and states that vaccines interfere with healing. The extent to which anti-vaccination views perpetuate the current chiropractic profession is uncertain. The American Chiropractic Association and the International Chiropractic Association support individual exemptions to compulsory vaccination laws. Everyone agrees with that. if you're allergic. And a 1995 survey of US chiropractors found that about a third believes there are no scientific proof that immunization prevents disease. By definition, they are wrong. The Canadian Chiropractic Association, oh good, the Canadians are weighing in, supports vaccination. Hey, the Canadians are weighing in. A survey in Alberta in 2002 found that 25% of chiropractors advised patients for and 27% against vaccinating themselves or their children. How fun! Early opposition to water fluoridation. Wait. What does the other 50% do? Early opposition to water fluoridation included chiropractors, some of whom continue to oppose it as being incompatible with chiropractic philosophy. And it truly is. And an infringement of personal freedom, that it is not. You do not have to drink the water coming out of the tap. There's no one forcing you to do that. It is not an infringement of your personal freedom. Other chiropractors have actively promoted fluoridation, and several chiropractic organizations have endorsed scientific principles of public health. I'm guessing it's a minority. In addition to traditional chiropractic opposition to water fluoridation and vaccination, chiropractors attempt to establish a positive reputation for their public health role are also compromised by their reputation for recommending repetitive lifelong chiropractic treatments. Oh boy. Okay, last thing, and then we're gonna cringe at some chiropractors. Throughout its history, chiropractic has been the subject of internal and external controversy and criticism. According to Daniel D. Palmer, the founder of chiropractic, subluxation is the sole cause of disease, and manipulation is the cure for all disease of the human race. A 2003 profession-wide survey found most chiropractors, whether straight or mixers, still hold views of innate intelligence, and innate intelligence is the body's ability to heal itself. This is what I mean with the energy flow through the spine, and if it's blocked by subluxations, you have to correct it by spinal manipulation. It's all bunk. And this is what they mean with innate intelligence. When they manipulate the spine, they believe they are helping the body to heal itself. They don't believe the manipulation in and of itself is healing, just that it's helping, that it's freeing up the spine from blockage, which heals the body. Still holds views of innate intelligence and of the cause and cure of disease, not just back pain, consistent with those of the Palmers. A critical evaluation stated chiropractic is rooted in mystical concepts. This led to an internal conflict within the chiropractic profession, which continues today. Chiropractors, including D.D. Palmer, were jailed for practicing medicine without a license, as they should be. For most of its existence, chiropractic has battled with mainstream medicine, sustained by anti-scientific and pseudoscientific ideas such as subluxation. Collectively, systemic reviews have not demonstrated that spinal manipulation, the main treatment method employed by chiropractors, is effective for any medical condition, with the possible exception of treatment for back pain. Chiropractic remains controversial to a lesser extent than in past years, which I believe is it's a shame. It should be highly contested and looked down upon, really. Let's see here. I'm just gonna do one last thing before we watch the videos. Chiropractor believes they can treat cancer. Hey! Gold mine. Most cancer patients in Atlanta are interested in doing everything they can to battle and beat their disease. No fucking shit they are. However, most traditional forms of cancer treatment have a devastating impact on how you feel and your ability to function properly. Yeah, because it's poison. We're bringing the body to the brink of death. So it kills the cancer. The types of chemical used in radiation therapy and chemotherapy not only create a tremendous amount of stress for your body, while can also lead to the development of the new cancerous cells. What? If this is true, and it's a big if, it's gonna be very rare. You're killing the body, and the body goes, yeah, I'm gonna create more cancer. That's what I'm gonna do. Because of these reasons, more cancer patients are starting to rely on alternative, natural therapies that are effective and do not contain additional side effect. By the way, guys, if anyone ever says this is natural, run. Run. Nothing and everything is natural. Cancer treatment is natural. It's not supernatural, it's natural. This word means nothing. For cancer patients it means something. But in this context, it means nothing. For cancer patients near Atlanta, it is important to know that chiropractic care is recognized by the medical community as beneficial for a variety of conditions, including cancer. But I'm the crazy one? In fact, chiropractic adjustments are extremely effective for restoring joint mobility, relieving chronic pain, reducing headaches, and supporting a strong immune system, all of which affect the majority of cancer patients. Wait. The types of side effects that are associated with chemotherapy and radiation therapy include severe nausea, blah, 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 blah. In addition to these conditions, being diagnosed with cancer can be extremely stressful. No shit. Oh, I'm gonna die. How fun. This isn't stressful. Which in turn can create more complications for your body. Chemotherapy, chiropractic care is one of the most effective forms of alternative cancer treatment because of its ability to relieve pain without adding more stress to your body. What? It's adding stress to the body. You're putting stress on the spine. What are you talking about? This allows you to receive the type of treatment you need while also creating a more seamless recovery period. Okay. They are so fucking careful in their language here because it is illegal to claim you can cure cancer through chiropractic treatment, because that would be a medical claim. And chiropractors are not physicians. They are not medically trained. So they are not allowed to make medical claims. What they can do is lie. Still. What they can do is say it is an effective treatment and only talk about, when they talk about the specific, only talk about, pain relief, helping, supporting. These dudes are such weasels. Such fucking weasels. Okay, you can have it. Chiropractic diagnosis. Okay, this is Cancer Research UK. Chiropractors diagnose and treat problems affecting the bones, joints, and muscles. This is called the musculoskeletal system. It can help with some symptoms of cancer and its treatments. Summary: chiropractors diagnose and treat problems of the musculoskeletal system. Chiropractic can help to relieve some symptoms of cancer and its treatment. Why are you saying that? Oh, I know, because it's the UK. And guess what? The King of England, because Queen Elizabeth died today, rest in peace. He is an extremely high-profile proponent of chiropractic treatment. Yeah. We're not going to do acupuncture today. That might be for a future day, depending on how well this video is received. Okay, let's cringe. The creepiest chiropractor on YouTube.
Doctors, do you want to see a 60-year-old man make a 40-year-old woman cry? Do you want to see people's heads get ripped from their bodies? Don't be a pussy and answer fuck yes. Well, boy howdy do I have the Texan for you.
Dude, what is this strange chiropractic world I've stumbled upon that is pretty much the buildup of a shitty porno? My roommate and I, like a month ago, went down this weird rabbit hole of this bizarre chiropractic YouTube channel. I don't even know how we found it. My YouTube recommended is just a black pit of despair. And I only make it worse because I click on literally everything in it. Either way, I'm here to talk about the sexual wraith that is Dr. Gregory Johnson. And before we even get into the video, you gotta see the title. It's magical.
Yoga pants and first time ring dinger. It doesn't get any.
Okay, to be fair, this guy, he knows what's up. He's fully aware of what he's doing.
Better than this.
By the way, he's a chiropractor with a signature move. And apparently he's got that shit on lock with a trademark. A chiropractor uploaded a video to his YouTube channel, and he titled this. This is the name he gave it.
Houston chiropractor, Dr. Gregory Johnson. We have Timmy here with us today, and Timmy came all the way over here from...
That voice. Oh, that voice.
And what's that, about 4 or 5 hours?
About 5 hours.
5 hours, yeah. And you came over here complaining of lower back pain.
Be sure to remember that. This woman came to get treated for back pain.
With a little pain out into your...
Which, as we've researched, is valid.
Left.
Nothing weird about this. Just a 65-year-old man with his hand on a 30-year-old woman's ass. That's the face of approval.
So I've already done her history and examination, and we're going to do her adjustment first thing, but I do want to show you her posture. Okay, go ahead and close your eyes and flex your head forward and backwards for me. And then back to neutral. Okay, so you relax your arms. There you go. See how your hands are kind of riding out in front of you?
Mm-hmm.
This man just played with her hair 3 times in a row to talk about her hands.
That's because your shoulders are a little forward.
Yeah, this dude's creepy.
Because your head's forward in the Z-axis this way, so your ear's right here over your...
So I'm going to use this scientific device called a pen to conduct my research. Because I am a doctor. And...
Which, to be fair, it can be. I mean, I've seen doctors use pens to do things like follow this pen.
You should treat me as such. Also, bro, what is the point of wearing scrubs if you're a chiropractor? Other than to make other people think that you are a doctor.
Oh,
of which, sorry to break the
news,
news,
guy knows what's up.
But you are not.
Positive Knockles and Deerfield test there too.
Those were 100% made up words. There's no way. You can't fight me on this. Those were 100%.
Positive Knockles and Deerfield test there too.
Those were 100% made up words. There's no way. You can't fight me on this. He just said a bunch of nonsense words.
So if you look...
Okay, so this guy didn't do what I was hoping.
Next question is from
creepy,
Jen
but
Rose
not what
Hare.
I was doing
What are
here.
your thoughts on using a chiropractor for adjusting back issues?
If you go to a chiropractor and all they do is adjust you, they suck. Don't go to them anymore. That's 100%.
You're just looking to get cracked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's the same to me as if you go to a trainer and all they do is work you out hard.
Mm-hmm.
If you go and Very you similar. hire a personal trainer.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm
my name's Dr. Sean Thistle. I'm a practicing
He's not a doctor.
chiropractor and entrepreneur in the knowledge transfer and continuing education world, faculty member at the Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College, and medical legal consultant. Chiropractic has sort of evolved from, our origins in the late 1800s. Daniel David Palmer realized that adjusting or manipulating a spine can have some positive health benefits and kind of formalized.
Listen to the Weasley words that he said. Some positive. What's the word?
Or manipulating a spine can have some positive health benefits.
Some positive health benefits. No. D.D. Palmer believed it could cure everything.
And kind of formalize that into a profession. So there are a lot of common myths about the chiropractic profession. One of them typically tends to come from the practitioners themselves by explaining to patients that there are misalignments in their spine or that their vertebral bones have moved out of place. There's no real good evidence that bones in the spine move statically and stay there, and then we come and push them back into place. The bone out of place model is not really supported by science. It's not really how our current understanding of how spinal manipulation has its effect.
Okay, so this guy's a mixer. Of that, I'm sure.
And how it works for patients. So it's a bit of an antiquated explanation. So perhaps a better explanation is that spinal manipulation helps to reduce stiffness in an area of the spine that just simply isn't moving well. One of the things that's commonly misunderstood in clinical practice by patients and practitioners is that if you have regular neck or back pain that you need imaging, some practitioners even want to take repeated images to monitor for posture or vertebral misalignments and that sort of thing, but the evidence these days really doesn't support that practice, and for most neck and back pain patients, imaging is not required. But a lot of chiropractors rely on this as a way to get people to commit to a care plan and say, well, you have a misalignment in your neck, for example, or you have a lack of lordosis in your neck, which is going to lead to X, Y, and Z health outcome. It's not really a standard practice in our profession. There are some that do it, but it's not taught that way, and that's not standard of care.
I didn't listen.
The evidence these days really posture or vertebral misalignments and that sort of thing, but the evidence these days really doesn't support that practice, and for most neck and back pain patients, imaging is not required. But a lot of chiropractors rely on this as a way to get people to commit to a care plan and say, well, you have a misalignment in your neck, for example, or you have a lack of lordosis in your neck, which is going to lead to X, Y, and Z health outcome. It's not really a standard practice in our profession. There are some that do it, but it's not taught that way, and that's not standard of care for our profession at this point. It shouldn't be standard of care for anybody. Perhaps not a myth about our profession, but one of my biggest pet peeves is when my colleagues like to anatomically body shame people about uneven shoulders or a short leg or something that they feel might be contributing to the patient's clinical scenario. Most of those findings are actually clinically meaningless. Often these changes are things that we can't modify with treatment anyway, and for the average patient with a small asymmetry, it's probably not the reason.
This is a mixer. So he's gonna use the most what do you call it? Sorry. The most favorable language possible.
Today's the day that I...
We're gonna look at...
Okay, so...
Shut up. We're gonna look at this guy. Oh. Oh.
Neck, upper back, middle.
I don't want that. I just want the cracking. Okay. See, this dude is cheating. He's massaging him.
Cleared up. Yeah, I'd say like same thing. Not too bad. Right is pulling barely shorter. Let me know if there's any pain or tenderness with this.
so far so good.
Maybe down there feels stiff.
Hey, lower back pain.
Like this going down? Okay.
See, he's cheating. Like I said earlier, massage can help. Massage is much better for helping you. Yeah, you cheat. And it's not a short. Oh, wow. Okay, it's over.
All moved nicely there. Okay. Let me get you to sit up on the table. How'd that feel?
Like, the dude has issues with his lower back. Why are you manipulating his neck? You know what? I don't mind that one. Again, it's a lower back pain. I'm sure twisting and cracking it can help. I mean, I crack my knuckles, I can crack my neck by myself. But why did he crack the neck earlier? Strange.
There we go.
It's almost as if he believed in some vitalistic energy flowing through the spine. And it's blocked. Almost. What the fuck is this doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Stop that. Why? The dude came in for lower back pain. Why are you doing this? What's the point? Yeah, it's just painful.
Down again for me. Honestly, not bad. Not better, actually. Good. One rest. Left one. Any pain?
Oh, it's that one. Okay. That's cheating.
Flip onto your back. There we go. Come down just a...
Oh my. I've seen this. I do not like this. Well, we saw it in the intro, I guess. Oh no.
Should put my arms anywhere. Stomach. Yeah, there you go.
Again, the guy complained about lower back pain. Why are you manipulating his neck so much? Please tell me. Please. Because it won't. I'm sorry. It won't help. Like, at all. Oh!
Wow. Right. Catch your breath. Like, holy crap.
I like felt that in my face. My jaw.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Rest. Trust me, getting this done is like so much kind of opening up with the nerves. I mean, it's multiple levels, so it's and it opens up. It's like a big rush. That's why you're like, and then you just rest. And then after the massage, you're like, holy crap. All right. Cool. Okay.
Okay. So here is why I cringe at the mere thought of them manipulating the neck.
A 28-year-old woman lies paralyzed in the ICU. The result, her family says, of a neck adjustment by a chiropractor. Caitlin Jensen was fun-loving and loved the outdoors. Her mom is devastated.
She can communicate only by blinking.
Yeah.
She can nod now. She can also give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the left side. She cannot speak. She's just laying there.
What is it like for you as a mom to see her like this?
It's heartbreaking. If I could trade places with her, I would do it in a heartbeat. And she's got her whole life ahead of her.
Yeah.
So it crushes me.
Studying for college exams. During her neck adjustment, her family says things started to go horribly wrong. 4 arteries were ruptured. She suffered a stroke and cardiac arrest.
Let's listen to... No, not you. Shut
Reason
up.
that you have.
What did this guy say?
Well, in a good way, I guess. Yeah. Face.
Catches you off guard. You're like, holy crap.
I felt that in my face.
I felt it down my face.
Well, I know ever since you said that accident, I've been getting headaches and...
Well, in a good way, I guess. Yeah. I feel like I can open my jaw.
Rest. Trust me, getting this done is like so much kind of opening up with the nerves. I mean, it's multiple levels, so it's...
I got a phone
The dude felt it down his face.
call from her phone, but it was actually a chiropractor.
He might have had
and
a
he
stroke,
told me that
or,
she was
like
having a reaction to the
same
treatment
reaction as a stroke.
and that they had called an ambulance.
Do you blame the chiropractor?
Blame is a strong word, and I mean I feel bad for everyone in this entire situation. I mean nobody wanted this.
Caitlin's chiropractor, Dr. TJ Harpham, declined to discuss the incident, citing patient confidentiality. We found this video of him on a local TV show.
Very fortunate to be a third-generation chiropractor. Both my grandfather and my uncle were chiropractors, as well as Shane and I's youngest brother, who is also a chiropractor.
Chiropractor Dr. Robert Pomahawk, who did not treat Caitlin, says accidents like hers are very unusual.
It's about 1 out of 100,000.
1 out of 100,000. That's not rare. If 1 out of 100,000 people that went to the doctor ended up in a coma, would you really want to go to the doctor?
So very, very uncommon. I've probably given 300,000 adjustments in the 20 years of practice, and I've never had this situation occur.
Caitlin's mom has this message for anyone thinking of going to a chiropractor.
People should stop having neck adjustments.
Yeah.
It's not worth the risk.
No,
period.
it's not.
Vulnerable spot, so I'm a little bit nervous about this one.
No, not the neck.
Oh, okay, got some towels here.
害怕吗？
害怕。Oh my god. Oh, it's really hard to relax.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's really hard because you want to relax.
OK。
哦，可以可以。然后正骨适合什么样的人？
正骨啊，年轻人是可以做正骨的。
哦。
比如说你有些关节紊乱、椎体紊乱的，这也可以做的。如果说超过50多以后就不适宜的。
为什么人们需要正骨呢？
现在很多人他会出现变化。
I think we're addressing the shoulder problem now.
What the fuck is he doing?
Try and relax. Okay. Oh, yep. Oh, yep. Oh my god.
Okay, you know what? That actually looked kind of cool.
有，自己起来看吧。看是不是高了？真高了，我不骗你，169。
169? No way. I'm almost 1米7.
Okay. This is just cheating because you can try this at home. If you measure yourself in the morning versus the night or evening, you're gonna have remarkably different length. And of course, if you manipulate and drag out the spine, but you're gonna shrink tomorrow. It's only temporary.
Just 4 days old, being given a back adjustment by a chiropractor. Is it dangerous? Does it even work? It's a growing trend. Kids, even babies, getting weekly treatment by pediatric chiropractors. Some of the children are so young they haven't even learned how to walk. Others are older.
Okay, buddy, power's on. You're all done.
These moms swear by the treatment.
He had 4 ear infections by the time he was 7 months.
Ear infections. Like, oh God.
Poison. Talk to me.
We didn't want to do antibiotics anymore, and Dr. Warner was recommended to us.
We didn't want to do antibiotics anymore.
And he hasn't had any since.
And you don't think that it could just be a coincidence?
No, definitely not.
How often do you bring your daughter in?
Try to once a week.
Once a week?
Yes.
Once a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
These children need to be taken care of by the state. These mothers and the doctor also needs to be taken care of by the state.
Stuart and Teresa Warner, pediatric chiropractors from New Jersey, specialize in adjustments for children.
We would love to see all babies be adjusted.
The Warners, like many chiropractors, believe these adjustments can help alleviate colic, asthma, fever, even ear infections.
Is that scientifically proven?
Absolutely. It's proven in the patients. When we remove the nerve interference by adjusting the child's spine, it gives them the advantage to overcome all those ailments and illnesses.
The idea that
to overcome, when we remove the nerve interference by adjusting the child's spine, it gives them the advantage to overcome all those ailments and
listen to the words. Listen to the words.
It's proven in the
ear infections.
Is that scientific?
Like many chiropractors, believe these adjustments can help alleviate colic, asthma, fever, even ear infections.
A fever, asthma, colic, and ear infections.
Is that scientifically proven?
Absolutely. It's proven in the patients. When we remove the nerve interference by adjusting the child's spine, it gives them the advantage to overcome all those ailments and illnesses.
the idea that a tiny
This dude is awesome. Steven Novella, he's awesome.
baby needs to have their back realigned is just pure nonsense.
But Yale University neurologist Steven Novella says there's no scientific evidence that chiropractic care is good for kids.
It's just subjecting children to, clearly an unpleasant procedure without any evidence of benefit or even an assurance that it's reasonably safe. It's just completely unethical, in my opinion.
What do you say to the skeptics that say there's no reason for you to manipulate the spine of a child?
Go ask that question to all of the moms and the dads who have had
Okay. There are few red flags when it comes to quacks. The first of them is it's natural. It's all natural. There's no chemicals, except that everything is chemicals. There's no artificial. There's nothing artificial about it. It's all natural. And then there's this. When you ask for evidence and they say go talk to the people who have had it. I don't care about them. People will fool themselves into believing anything and everything.
chiropractic care for their children change their lives. The proof is really in the results.
Although rare, there have been cases where children have been seriously hurt after spinal manipulation. The American Chiropractic Association supports the use of chiropractic care for children. Meantime, the American Academy of Pediatrics tells us they do not have an official stance on chiropractic care for kids.
That's a political statement if I ever heard one. Okay, I am done here. Poison, please respond. I would love for you to respond to this. I'm not expecting you to respond to the whole video. I'm gonna make a shorter video and send it to you. But please respond. It is embarrassing the way you handled this question. I never told you that I would convince you. I asked if it's possible, and you went on to ridicule me. You went on to call me a fool. Right back at you.